Boyd and Mandy, a Canadian-Aussie couple that spent the last 18 months traveling as digital nomads through Southeast Asia and Mexico. Now we're in North America having a crack at full-time RV life. For the past couple months, we've kind of just been wandering around North America without any plan or sense of direction. And to be honest, most of the time has been spent trying to learn how to balance everything. Work, where to sleep, bad weather, and unsuspecting things going wrong. In the last episode, we drove from Big Sky, Montana towards Yellowstone. And although we had permission to film in the national park, things didn't go exactly according to plan.
Ready to go, buddy? Alright, we just woke up. We went through Yellowstone National Park yesterday and we got some epic content, but we don't know if we're going to be able to share it with you guys. There's a bit of a grey area, even though we did get permission. The weather's not looking great for the next few days. The RV parks are really expensive, like $130 for a full hookup site, and there's really not much else available. We're going to check out Jackson and then we're going to keep heading south to Utah because we've got a package coming there. Finally going to have Wi-Fi and a modem. We've been using Starbucks Wi-Fi for like the last 2 months nearly. But yeah, things just haven't really been going as smoothly as we would have liked. We've found we've spent like most of our time just figuring out where to stay and how to get internet, so it's made it pretty difficult to get much filming and content done, but we'll explain all of that later. We're gonna have a sit down and just explain what's going on. Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna head to Utah, keep going south, and then hopefully we'll get some better weather and we'll get our internet sorted and we can keep moving.
I looked over and I thought, oh shit, there's a bear. Where's your accent? Where are you from?
Australia.
Australia. This way.
Is he coming?
Well, I don't.
He smells Australian people. They like Australians. they're saltier, I guess, or something. Sweeter, I don't know.
Driving down the road just past Grand Teton National Park, and there's a grizzly bear on the side of the road here.
You're beautiful. That was so cool.
A real bear.
That's a real bear. Hey. So when we started our digital nomad journey back in 2021, we each got a row to ourselves. Got our first bin bang. Oh yeah. We left with the intention that we were going to be finding our forever home, but if you've been watching our channel, you will know that that did not exactly happen.
When we first started, we thought we were going to move to Bali. You know, it would have been nice. It just didn't seem like the right fit, especially because of our dog Bear.
Hey, Bear!
Bear.
Bear, come here!
Hey, buddy. You okay?
So we moved into our RV as a way to make us feel a little bit more stable, have a bit more of a home base, because we kind of have decided that we're just nomads. We don't really want to have a completely set home, but we do need something that we can come back to give us that sense of stability, because that's been one of the biggest challenges in full-time travel, not having at least somewhere to come back to keep our things, or even, to be able to live in with our dog. We also needed something that we could keep traveling in. Obviously, this is our job. Unfortunately, a lot of things have not gone to plan for us.
Number one, we thought it was going to be a lot easier than it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's been harder than I thought. For a few reasons, like, I mean, we've had some stuff go wrong, like our awning breaking, our furnace not working, and it kind of feels like we're always just on the edge of like some catastrophe happening that's going to stop us from doing what we're doing. I think it comes down to the fact that these things aren't designed to be lived in full time, but we're getting better at it. Like, things are starting to get a little bit easier. Like, the weather's been good. We've got some things to make our life easier. Believe it or not, we haven't had Wi-Fi in this thing for the last 2 months.
Yeah, that's been a huge struggle.
Yeah, and I mean, our work is all online, so we've only been able to work when we go somewhere with Wi-Fi, like a Starbucks or something.
Fair.
Yeah, some other things like, you know, getting good campsites. We feel like we're spending most of our time figuring out where we're going to stay.
Yeah.
And like making sure we don't run out of water and food and stuff like that.
It's been a lot more demanding than living in hotels, which we knew that would be the case. There's been a lot more for us to sort of like maintain and focus on, that's kind of taken away from being able to solely focus on our channel, which is our main focus at the time.
Don't get us wrong, like it's not hard to live in an RV, but when you're trying to juggle work on top of it, and like you're trying to find places to go to where you have service so that you can work, or like us, like you had to go places with Wi-Fi, that makes it a lot harder. So we're kind of in this weird position right now, because this is like actually been really enjoyable if you take the work side out of it. Like just going to all these state parks, like being outdoors and being in the US and Canada, like take the work part out of it.
It's been so peaceful. Like we've been able to have that opposite, like the chaos in these busy countries that we've been living in. Now we get to be more alone and have that quiet reconnect with nature, and it's definitely been what we've needed to like reboot ourselves after moving so quickly.
Having said that, it's not easy to make really great content, because like we're moving pretty slowly and we're going to like nice places, but there's only so much of like a state park or whatever scenery that we can film and share with you guys.
Yeah.
And I know like we can keep telling our story and keep doing vlogs and stuff like that, but when we're not like super excited about the content, it's hard to create good content.
Yeah. The biggest problem, if you watched our last vlog, you would have seen that we had just arrived at Yellowstone. We had been given written permission to say that we are allowed to film there. We just couldn't be monetizing off of it.
We knew that there was a rule about filming in national parks, but when we looked it up a while ago, there's kind of this grey area. Like technically you're allowed to film in national parks or take photos, but you're not allowed to do it for commercial purposes. But you can do it for commercial purposes as long as you get a permit, and the permit doesn't cost anything, but it takes a long time to get. And we underestimated how difficult that was actually going to be, because as we said, we went to Yellowstone and we emailed them and we said, look, this is what we're doing. Do we need a permit? They said, you do not need a permit so long as you're not monetizing the content. And so we said, okay, we can still make a good video and just not monetize that, but put it on our channel. But after having a little bit of think about it and a look online, I think there's still a gray area where like we could get an email or a phone call from like, I don't know, the authorities saying that you've put it on your YouTube channel because you make money off your YouTube channel. Even though there's no sponsor or no ads in that video, you're just sharing it for free. We didn't want to risk like getting banned or having us look like we're doing something illegal.
Yeah, a big hefty fine.
Sort of ruined our plans a little bit, because we had sort of earmarked a few places to go to which were national parks, and now we're thinking it's probably not worth going there because we can't film it, or we don't want to risk getting into any trouble.
Yeah, like for ourselves, we've really enjoyed the national parks. We do not regret going. It's definitely something you want to experience. But as far as for us, for our work, we need places we can film, obviously.
Yeah, to be honest, like we've been given this awesome job that we started 1.5 years ago. We didn't think would turn into a job, really.
Yeah.
And now we have an opportunity where we can like travel and make really good content. We're not really doing that at the moment. We're kind of having a little bit of downtime, I guess. We're still putting out content, but it's not as fast paced and it's not as maybe
exciting as
Yeah.
what we normally like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have loved this chapter of us slowing down, figuring out how to live in an RV. We have something for the first time that's physically ours as well. Like Lloyd and I have always rented. We've never really owned anything ourselves. So we feel pretty proud that we have something that we can call home, even though it's just an RV, but we love it.
It's just an RV, but when you're parked at some of these parks, like you've got all this space around you and you've got like an outdoor area. It kind of is like a home.
Yeah, it's been great. Like, would not change it, and we don't regret doing it at all. But as far as for our work, we've decided we're ready to hit the road again.
Obviously, we're not going to go right now. We're still in the middle of this summer road trip, so we're going to finish off our road trip that we had planned through America. But after that, we're going to park this thing up, and we're going to leave Bear with a good friend of Mandy's who owns a pet resort.
Yeah.
And he can be running around with other dogs and other people and not have to sit in the front seat while we're driving around, which he hates.
And he I think he thrives the best in North America so far. I don't want to pull him away from here now. He loves the lakes, he loves the climate. He's doing his best. He's his healthiest and like slimmest he's ever been. So we don't really want to pull him out of it to take him traveling again. So he's going to be with one of my close friends. He'll be well looked after, so don't worry about him. I'm going to try not to as well. We are going on an epic group trip to Vietnam. It was one of our favorite places to travel to last time we went to Asia. Anyone is welcome to join us. Early bird tickets for the trip will go on sale on June 10th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, so obviously we started our channel in Southeast Asia, but we want to experience a bit more of Asia. So do we tell them where we're going?
Yeah.
At this stage, we're planning on visiting India, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, and then I think we're gonna go back to Vietnam.
Yeah, and a quick stop off in Thailand, maybe on the way.
Yeah, and also like this could change, but at the moment that's the plan.
We feel like we kind of have unfinished business in Asia. Like, it was my first time really traveling or backpacking, and we got way too burnt out, and I just didn't really know what I was doing or how to stay healthy. But I feel like we're in a much better place now. We're a little bit more experienced travelers, and I think it's gonna be an epic adventure. I'm so excited to start off in India.
Yeah, and we were visiting right at the tail end of COVID.
Yeah.
And that still affected a lot of things we tried to do over there.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this time it might be a little bit easier to move around.
So for the next 2 months, you'll still see us in the RV, and then after that, it is back to Lloyd and Mandy catching flights again. If you guys have any questions, feel free to fire them down into the comments. Or if you have any suggestions, maybe you're a tour guide in one of these countries, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to collaborate with you. Let us know. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. We're really excited about this future adventure. We hope you guys will join us on it, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.